I was 17, I received my patriarchal blessing, which is kind of a roadmap for your life. It's something you get before you become an adult. It basically tells you what you're supposed to do. It's supposed to tell you which path to take. Mine said I would marry a worthy priesthood holder in the temple, just as I had spent my whole childhood wishing for.
It was never intended by the Lord that married women should compete with men in employment.
Do you wish to marry a girl whose education has been far superior to your own?
And young women, please understand that if you dress immodestly, you are magnifying this problem by becoming pornography to some of the men who see you.
You can recognize women who are grateful to be a daughter of God by their attitude.
Until it actually came time to make those choices. Eyes. They say that the eyes are the window to the soul. Everything about you is under a microscope. Everyone's eyes turn on you when you walk in the room, checking to see if your shoulders are covered enough, talking sweet enough, looking to see if your skirt is going above your knees, making sure, evaluating your countenance, too much makeup, questioning your relationships, questioning your testimony. When you don't take the sacrament, they know something's not right for you to fail. And they decide, and when we do, they know what you did. And then they pass judgment as if they have already achieved godhood.
Stars are tracing the sky like city windows. I watch you reflect in your eyes. Slow dance on the New York City high-rise. You and me on top of the world. And I'm feeling like it was only ever you. And I'm feeling like it was something I won't lose.
I should have woken up on my wedding day, rested and ready to celebrate. Instead, I woke up with a knot in my stomach the size of the baby I was carrying. I knew what decision I was making, and I knew that everyone who would be there would be waiting for me to call it off. I was right. They were looking at me. When it came time to stand in front of everyone I love and say goodbye to my old life, I would be lying if I said I wasn't scared. And I'd be lying if I said I didn't want to call the whole thing off and go to the courthouse, because at least there no one would have judged me. But here, standing in front of my family and friends, knowing that they were thinking I was making the worst mistake I could have made with my life, felt like that dream where you're giving a presentation to the class and you look down and you realize you're naked and you're completely exposed and vulnerable. It's exactly how it felt, until his dad asked him to say I do. And he said he did. And then it was my turn. It was like those scenes in the movies where the woman is slow motion running to the man that she loves, and they're on the beach or whatever, and the buildup is just so intense until you get that release when they meet. That's what it felt like. But in that moment, nothing existed. Nothing existed except for the strong, steady love of the only man who's ever just loved me for me. So I guess you could say my patriarchal blessing wasn't entirely wrong. I did marry a man completely worthy of me and my love. Just not worthy enough for a cult's blessing, I guess, and that's okay. The dress I wore to church every Sunday felt like a prison built just for me. Choking me by the neck, digging into my underarms, flattening my breasts against my ribcage. It disguised everything about me that made me a woman, from the glare of jealous women and rapacious men, as if their lack of self-esteem or willpower should be my only concern. I will never live in that world again, where the weak guilt the strong instead of becoming strong themselves.